Hello there ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Game Muscle Videos. In this box we have the holy grail of sim racing, and that is an open sim wheel. Now those of you who might not know what an open sim wheel is, we'll go into the details eventually and explain what it is, but for now we're going to be doing an unboxing, and this specific open sim wheel is the Sim-Pli.City SW20 20 Newton meter direct drive wheel. Now normally I'm not a big fan of doing unboxing videos, but I thought, you know, for something as good as this we have to do a bit of an unboxing. So here we are. We've got two boxes actually. We have the ginormous box, which actually I was lying, that one doesn't contain the OSW, well, it contains components of the OSW. I think this one contains the control box gubbins, and this one contains the actual the motor. And the reason why I suspect that is because this one has Chinese writing on it and weighs about the same weight as a baby rhinoceros. So well, let's start off with the control box. Of course, we've got an appropriately sized opening utensil, and we'll begin by removing the tape. There we go, box open. I'm sure I can hear church organ music coming from this box. Looks like we've got a beach lilo providing protection to the unit. Really good packaging. I mean, this is as good a package as you could possibly want. Should you go on holiday and you need a lilo for your baby, probably not a safe activity, but you know, that's something that you get when you buy an OSW. Just to remove all these lilos, but really nice that this is secured like this is really good. There's not going to be a single scratch or anything on here, I can tell you. Even like padded out the sides as well, which is cool. There's the so that looks like the control box, and this looks like most of the cables. You could drop this in the ocean and it would stay afloat for months. Let's take the lilos off these. Try and remember that I put the knife on my chair. We don't want that going up our backside next time we sit down. Let's try not to drop it on the floor. Really nice aluminium housing there. If you remember back when the OSW first came out, you couldn't get it with housing. When they did the first kits, you had to sort of do your own housing, and people would use the Corsair tiny cases and just some of the small PC cases. But this is a lot smaller, and of course it's all been put in the box, essentially ready to go. It would appear nothing really required from our end. As I say, I think that was one of the things that early days with the OSW kits, by early days, sort of 1-2 years ago when they first started coming out, you know, it was more of a it was more of a DIY project when these OSWs first came on the market. I mean, the very first OSWs weren't even on the market. People just put up component lists that you could go out and buy all the stuff. Whoa! Just dent everything, or yeah, you'd have to have a component list and you'd have to order all the parts yourself online, or maybe club together with a bunch of people to get a reduction on the parts, because the shipping costs would obviously mount up for all this equipment. So then we've got the stop button. Looks like I'm about to build some kind of industrial equipment here. No, this is the strange and bizarre world of sim racing. Stop button, and there's power cables, and look at these, the power cables. These will go into the back of the servo motor from this from the box into the servo motor. It's like we're going back into the 1940s with this type of socket. You expect to find this in some kind of World War II bunker. It's nice to know that if your house was bombed, or you know, a nuclear missile happened to go off just outside your front door, it's nice to know that your OSW will probably be intact and survive it. You might have been completely vaporized, but your sim gear is going to be perfectly fine, and you know, you want to leave something to your children. Off with the final lilo, we've got the mounting brackets here to actually stick it onto our rig. So that's the control box. Power cables. We've got the actual wheel mount there for us to actually attach our rim to. Get that lock into the shaft on the motor. Put the wheel on there. Looks really nice. I need Barry. We need Barry to go over the details. You know what he'll be like with his little scales. Hello, to weigh every single component. Where's Barry when you need him? But we'll take a close look at it. But I'm not an engineer, so I'm not going to be able to tell you the in-depth specifics of everything. All I care about is how well does it work and what's the end functioning result. That's what's important to me. But that is the control box. It looks really nice. We'll look at this more closely. Of course, we will be doing a proper review on everything. Well, we'll do some nice close-up camera shots. This is just an unboxing. I'm not sure if it's actually pronounced mage. I'm going to call it a mage. Sounds magical and wizardry calling it a mage, so we'll call it that. So this was all shipped together. You know, if you were ordering this yourself from Sim-Pli.City.com, you would receive the 2 boxes in the post, one with the control box and one with this mini mage motor. And of course, they don't just do the OSW 20 Nm kit. They've got a whole bunch of other kits on the website, which, as I say again, we will go into more detail when we actually do the final review of this wheel. And here it is. This is a chunky piece of equipment. Oh, bloody hell. That is heavy. Jesus, that's actually... that is heavy. I'm surprised how, given how it's not that big in size, that weighs a good 8-9 kilograms, I'd say, off the top of my head. What does it say on the box? Let's first get this out. Bloody hell. Again, we need Barry's scales. Oh, it's dented my chair. It's that heavy. Let's put it down gently here. We're going to have a dent in our table. So this is this is what produces the forces, really. Those of you not familiar with simulator wheels. The mini mage motor, or more specifically, the Mage 130 ST-M110 with a 10,000 parts encoder. So again, if you were just if you got the OSW when it first came out, I think it was a 2,500 parts encoder. Then Ollie upgraded it to 5,000 parts, and now they're on to 10,000 parts. I think they might even do 25,000 parts. I'm not sure how much that equates to an increase in quality of force feedback. Supposedly it should allow for even more accurate input and maybe even more accurate output, as there's more available steps for the motor to actually use in terms of positioning. But as I say, it's hard to know without testing if that'll make that much difference. But there we go. The Mini Mage. It's small, but bloody hell is it heavy. You could probably use this to power a go-kart around a track. Forget putting it on your sim rig. Oh dear. That is crazy heavy. Be careful with that. I'm going to want to get this on the sim rig. You're probably not the kind of thing that you want to be dropping. And there's the plug sockets. Look at the actual sockets for plugging the power and the encoder into. Oh, a good piece of industrial equipment. But there you go. That is our rather quick and hopefully mildly insightful unboxing of the Sim-Pli.City it's not .com, it's Sim-Pli.City sim wheel, SW20 sim wheel. I'll put a link to it on the screen. That's probably easier. It's probably one of the hardest domain names to remember, although it's actually so ridiculous that you probably will remember it better. But there you go, we're going to get this sorted out on the sim rig very soon, and we'll have a first impressions of what it's like driving with this motor. I've used an OSW before, but not this specific one, of course. So it's going to be really interesting, and I'm really excited because direct drive wheels. There's literally no comparison when it comes to sim racing. A good direct drive wheel is sort of, it is the holy grail. As I say, I can hear organ music coming from this now. And there's women walking down the street that can sense there's an OSW in here, and they're going to be knocking on the door any minute. And that's the real reason why anyone would get an OSW. But hopefully that unboxing video was exciting. Probably, you know, as far as unboxing videos go, what could be more exciting than the unboxing of OSW? Click the subscribe button if you want to see our future videos and our actual review of this unit and us using it on Twitch as we do live streaming. Until the next video, thanks for watching this, and goodbye everybody.